Hi guys, this is Alan returning for RAZZLE today to review Deadpool. The movie stars Ryan Reynolds, Marina Baccarin, TJ Miller, and a couple other people. This is Fox's first movie since The Abomination that was Fantastic Four. Let's see how they follow up. Okay guys, like I said, this movie stars Ryan Reynolds, and that's who you're going to remember from this movie, as he portrays Deadpool straight out of the comic books. If you've read any comic book about Deadpool, you'll generally feel that he's portraying this character in a way that would make the character proud. And by that I mean that he tackles the character's comedy, his zaniness, everything that you love about Deadpool is in this movie, and that's really because Ryan Reynolds, you could see, truly cared about making this character come to life. And that'll be my first positive for the film. The other positives would be that the film is just generally funny throughout. You're gonna laugh from beginning to end, as long as you're age appropriate for this movie, because this movie is rated R and it does go very far into its R-rated material. Action, incredible, and gore, like I said, rated R. This movie is not your typical superhero movie, and not what you generally expect from the Fox Marvel studio. Despite the fact that their X-Men movies have been darker, this takes it to a R-rated film level. Some other positives in the movie that totally went in line with the Deadpool character were the fourth wall breaking. Incredible for this movie because, as you know, Deadpool is completely aware throughout his comic books that he's in a comic book. In this movie, he is aware that he's in a movie, and he will also talk about things like his previous incarnation of Deadpool. He'll talk about Ryan Reynolds personally. He talks about Hugh Jackman. He talks about a lot of these things, and it never falls flat. It's very funny every time that he mentions it, and I didn't hear anyone in the audience that wasn't laughing during these scenes. Another thing that was very good was the meta humor that they used. That was it was funny, and it would talk about things like, in the awareness that it was a movie. You don't see it too often. You saw it a little bit in 22 Jump Street, but you don't see it too often in a lot of movies, and it's always refreshing to see, especially in a Deadpool superhero movie. Now I'm going to talk about the few negatives that we did find during this movie, because we all generally liked it. Number one, it gets bogged down a little bit by the fact that it was an origin story. It's the same with any superhero movie, but like you have to look and see Ryan Reynolds be Wade Wilson for a little bit, and while it's still like generally funny and exciting, you're still just a little bit there like, okay, let's get back to Deadpool because I want to see this Deadpool character. They did do it in an interesting way that brings you Deadpool nicely, which I thought was very refreshing, because I think that if we had to sit through 45 minutes of getting to Deadpool, it would have been kind of, it would have let us down a little bit. Second negative, for me personally, I didn't love the villain. It's the same to me as a lot of Marvel villains, Marvel, Fox, all of them, like the villains, where it just kind of felt not like he wasn't as important as he should be. He didn't, although he had the attachment to Deadpool, I never totally felt threatened by his presence. And the side villain character, Angel Dust, was relatively unneeded. And that kind of brings me to my next negative, which is kind of, there were a few characters that didn't totally feel needed in this movie, Angel Dust being one of them, Negasonic Teenage Warhead being definitely another one of them. She was just there for like a Ryan Reynolds is an old, out of touch with the teenager crowd, but that didn't really, those jokes were actually the ones that felt least necessary and kind of least funny for the movie. Negasonic Teenage Warhead was essentially a throwaway character. Colossus felt like I understood his purpose for the movie, because he gave a good foil to Deadpool's zany character, and Colossus was kind of like, we need to be part of the X-Men, we need to be strong and work together and be heroes. But also, he kind of felt like he was not utilized properly, and that he was used very seldom, and when he was used, he kind of felt almost annoying to the actual plot. That being said, even with those negatives there, this movie was beyond impressive to me. I was really happy to see the comic book character come to life in a way that I haven't totally seen in other comic book movies, because even though that most comic book movies are good, they don't typically take the character straight out of the comics like this, and that was really great to see. And that's why I'm going to give the fourth wall breaking Merc, who actually had a mouth this time, Deadpool, an 8 out of 10. Okay guys, that's going to end it for me today. Thank you for watching RAZZLE. Keep looking at our channel. We post reviews for movies all the time, and also trailer reactions, trailer reviews. and other types of stuff. You can click on the thing down below and go and look at some of our older content and also some newer stuff that we have coming for you. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.